I forgot to flex, darn it. Congratulations, graduates of 2013, and may the odds be ever in your favor. Now, the Shawano Community High School Symphony Orchestra will be performing Smells Like Teen Spirit, featuring Riley Toomer on guitar and Sam Ross on drums, directed by Miss Jill Sosek.
evening, fellow students, educators, parents, relatives, and other attendees. We are gathered here today to celebrate the graduation of the Shawano class of 2013, a celebration of the hard work we have all done academically. All of us here have had the determination to not give up, to not drop out, and to not slack off enough as to fail. Hopefully, we have all learned something from our time together. Some of us have gone to school in Shawano for our whole lives, but some of us moved to Shawano during middle school or even high school. We've disliked some courses and loved others. We've done some work and skipped some. There have been good times and bad times, victories and defeats. But I'm not one for sentimental thoughts about the past, so I'd like to spend more time discussing the future, our futures. We are all masters of something, from soaking up information, to running, to fixing engines, to working with others, and we are all definitely masters on the subject of ourselves. I am a first-degree black belt in Shawano Taekwondo, which is actually not a level of master instructor. I have, however, learned many things through my almost 8 years of training. Not all of it is punching or kicking or blocking, and not by a long shot. And that is why we wish to speak on this subject today. This is not a lecture on how amazing we are, nor is it a request for the impossible. Truly listen at least this one time in your lives, these few minutes, and you may be surprised with what you will learn and feel. A black belt and a white belt are supposed to be polar opposites. I have learned, however, that this is not true. Black belts should be more experienced and developed than white belts, but this does not make them opposites. Black belts should always keep a white belt mentality. The first part to this mentality is an openness to learning. Masters in anything are likely to close their minds to outside opinions. A beginner either quits whatever they are attempting to learn, or they readily accept any help they can find. We must accept criticism, instruction in areas we are not comfortable with, and always be open to other points of view. If we stop learning and growing, then we are dead to the world. Business people must always adapt to changing consumers and advances in their industries. College students must adapt to new professors' arbitrary rules. Politicians must develop views on new points of debate. Laborers and service people, too, must adapt to new methods of doing their tasks and new technology to help them in their tasks. Everyone has room for learning something new. You may be able to improve your lives by simply listening to what we have to say. Being humble is another part of the white belt mentality. This means avoiding bragging or any thoughts of superiority to anyone, and showing respect even to those you do not think deserve it. Arrogance starts disagreements which can negatively impact our lives, and disrespect can also cause issues with other people. This does not mean we cannot celebrate our victories, like placing high in competitions or even this graduation today. But over-exaggerating the importance of anything we do can frustrate others and close opportunities that would otherwise be open to us. To avoid many of our issues, we can try every day to be more humble. Taekwondo has 5 tenets or rules to live by. They are rules to live by, not simply rules to use when currently at class or while practicing techniques or while we feel like it. All of us can improve our lives by following these guidelines, not only martial artists. The first Taekwondo tenet is courtesy. In its simplest sense, it is respect. respect for ourselves, for others, respect for even ideas and actions. Hatred ruins relationships in families, in the workplace, and in communities. It is a waste of time and has an overall negative impact on our world. We must show respect for even the things we do not like. My master instructor says that when he is confronted with a hostile-looking person, he smiles and greets them politely, standing and shaking hands with them. "Hello, sir. How are you?" Often, this lightens the hostile person's mood, and their day becomes much better. Being respectful is easy to do, and it makes others feel better and keeps us out of trouble. Integrity is the second Taekwondo tenet. It is basically honesty, but it is not simply telling the truth. It also includes knowing what is right and what is wrong, and choosing to do the most correct option whenever possible. Go to a party or do homework due tomorrow. Help the kid who is being bullied, or save your reputation by laughing at him like everyone else. It is not always easy to be honest and good, but it eliminates many problems in our world. If nobody lied, there would be no need for blaming others for an unfinished group project in English or in the workplace. It would be easier to understand each other and others' viewpoints. Meanwhile, being good eliminates the need for dishonesty and eliminates many conflicts, whether verbal, physical, or emotional. We can make the world a better place by being ourselves first. The third Taekwondo tenet is perseverance. It is the trait of never giving up. It applies in confrontations and in striving for goals. I'm a firm believer in saying mind over matter, and the martial arts take this approach to life. We did not give up in school, so if we want to be successful in the rest of our lives, we need to not give up now either. We will all have hardships, but life is about making it through the hardships to become better people. Finances, relationships, time, education, and work all involve pressures that we need to deal with. If we think calmly and clearly, there are many things we can achieve. Do not give up at any time that there is even the smallest chance of success. Ignore insults and discouragement. Take in constructive feedback. Even shape negative feedback into positive things. If I'm told that I'm a horrible listener, that means I should challenge myself to become a good listener, prove that person wrong. Pursue all of your goals, and constantly challenge yourself to new ones. How do we actually achieve goals? My second highest ranking instructor loves to say, you get out of it what you put into it. Through effort. Nothing happens exactly how we want it to unless we take command of our own lives and put forth the work to make things happen. Unfortunately, we have not yet discovered magic or telepathy, so effort is through thoughts and actions. A person who never tries never succeeds. The fourth tenet is self-control. You might just think that this means restraining yourself when you're angry at someone who wants to hit them, but it's much more than this. It includes restraint of our negative words, nonviolent actions, and thoughts. Yes, even our thoughts must be restrained. If we avoid negative thoughts, we will become more positive people in all respects. One excellent example of restraint is this. Just last Thursday, my master instructor was confronted by a belligerent man while he was walking out of the Taekwondo building. The guy said, "Hey, cowboy, want to fight?" because my instructor sometimes dresses like a Westerner or a cowboy, and he sometimes dresses orientally. And my instructor thought for a moment as an undeveloped individual. Yes, sure, fight that. But he knew what the outcome would be. He thought a little bit more, and then he walked past the man to his car and drove away without a word. But self-control is also more than just restraint. We can control ourselves constructively as well. Restraint is avoiding acting out a behavior we want to do, but this constructive control is acting out behaviors that we do not really want to do. Restraint most often helps with courtesy and integrity issues. Constructive control helps us persevere. We all have the ability to change our thoughts and our ways of thinking. It may not be easy for us. In fact, changing ourselves is a very hard thing to do. But by taking one controlling step at a time, and by persevering, we can change ourselves to be the way we want to be or the way we should be. Indomitable spirit is the last term. It is the fighting spirit inside of everyone to some degree, from nearly non-existent to very powerful, which makes us persevere. In a traditional sense, this means not giving up in a physical combat situation, but it is also useful in other aspects of life. Indomitable spirit is the will to use self-control, and it is only gained through trusting ourselves and through using it. It is also courage, having the courage to stand up for what we believe in, demonstrating our integrity to others. I distinctly remember having a disagreement in calculus that demonstrated my unwillingness to give up. Everyone had the same answer to a problem except for Jordan and I. We had different perspectives on the meaning of the question. We wholeheartedly disagreed with their answer. It didn't matter a whole lot, but we were willing to defend our reasonable belief. It was not stubbornness, but explaining and defending our point. We should all be able to defend what we are sure of, even when it is not a popular idea. It's the saying, what is popular is not always right, and what is right is not always popular. Have the inner strength to believe in yourself and take charge of yourself. The most famous people in the world became famous because they did something different, something that they believed in. Overall, thinking like a black belt involves openness to learning, humility, courtesy, integrity, perseverance, self-control, and an indomitable spirit. Having this mentality will improve our relationships with others, ourselves, and the world. This graduation night, feel free to be sad. Feel free to be nostalgic. Feel free to be happy. This is the culmination of 12 or more years of education. What is the manifestation of this culmination? A diploma signifying success. The end of our secondary education has arrived, but keep in mind that it is also a new beginning. Colleges, workplaces, technical schools, and perhaps our mother's basements are all prepared for the class of 2013. Again, feel free to be sad looking back over the past half or more of your lives and all the people and things that are being left behind. But be excited. This day marks the start of a new segment of life. The future is uncertain, but that is the beauty of it. Armed with high school diplomas, we are being sent out into the world to forge our own paths, paths that, when explored with honor and dignity, will lead to some kinds of mastery, some forms of black belts in life. Thank you.